Because potlucks can be great if they're organized, but they can be a complete disaster if they're not organized.
Yeah, and remember, you're making a meal for 4 to 6.
Yes.
Not for 1.
So don't bring the 1 beer and drink it. And
Are you being smart?
Well, it's actually happened, Nikki.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't want to be that way, but that's what actually has happened. So, if, again, in that person's defense, there was no organization. But I just was kind of in shock.
Welcome to Twin Talks!
Welcome to Twin Talks. I'm Nadia.
And I'm Nikki.
And today we're going to talk about potlucks and the rules around having potlucks, considering Christmas is around the corner.
The rule is simple. When you go to a potluck, at least this is what my understanding is, you're supposed to make for 4 to 6 people.
Not for 1.
Not for 2 or 1.
And don't bring the 1 beer and drink it yourself and say, hi, I came to the potluck. That's actually happened. Or you just bring the condiments, but you don't bring any meat.
Or things to eat.
Or things to eat. A potluck, you bring a meal, and then you bring the extras. So don't just bring the 2-liter pop without any cups and without a meal. Right?
Yeah.
Or it gets pretty dire.
Potlucks are very convenient when done properly. You know, in that you can get a large amount of people together and everyone can enjoy a great meal. I think most people would agree that sometimes potlucks is pretty convenient. However, when they are not organized, that's when we run into trouble.
It becomes a disaster. So This show is really about the potluck pet peeves and whatnot to do during the Christmas holidays if you're having a potluck. So you always have the different kind of potluckers. So if the potluck is not organized, make sure that you're not a stingy potlucker. So don't be that person who brings the 1 beer or the bottle of water with no cups. Make sure, or the dreaded Tim Hortons.
10. What's wrong with Tim Hortons?
You don't bring just the 10 Timbits, Nikki. Oh. You need to bring a meal and then the Timbits, right?
Okay.
So that you don't go to a potluck with just salsa and chips and you have a hodgepodge and you're starving by the end of the potluck.
And then also the concept of hospitality.
What does that mean?
I shouldn't say it. I'm going to get killed here,
okay,
but I'm just going to say it. When you're hosting, okay, like it's my understanding, maybe it's just cultural, but when you're hosting, you should get yourself ready and have a base amount of food to serve, right?
Yes.
So like, I'm not saying that I have to run out and get like thousands of dollars of food, but I should have the basics, something to snack on, some pop, you know, some water, some pop. You can't tell everybody to bring your own this, bring your own that, and you don't provide anything.
Yes. I'm
going to get killed, I know. But especially in the summertime, you know, when you're going outside,
bring your own
food.
Bring your own food. Bring your own booze. Why am I going?
But you're supposed to be a sheer level of hospitality that comes with it.
Yes.
Yes? Or maybe this is just a me thing. I don't know, but there's, like, you know, if I'm holding a barbecue or if I'm having a party at my house, I'm going to have pop, I'm going to have juice, I'm going to have water, I'm going to have maybe some snack foods, you know, to put out there, even though we're doing a potluck. Yeah. There should be a base thing that you're doing as the host.
And you should provide the meat.
Or the foods.
Or whatever, if you're
like
vegetarian
or vegan, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's a work potluck, then you don't just show up with cookies and put it down. You don't just show up with a bottle of water or a beer.
It should be something to eat.
You need to have a meal that feeds 4 to 6 people and then possibly a drink. So that you don't just walk in and you're having a Timbit, some corn chips and some salsa and you know, a little thing of pasta salad. Make sure it's organized if you want it to be successful.
If you say main course vegetarian, main course pasta, main course meat dishes, main course rice, potatoes, we kind of need to know how many actual, you know, meals of sustenance there are. And then who's bringing the desserts? Maybe the desserts are your fruit options, your cakes, your cookies.
Your Timbits.
Yeah, your Timbits. You know, it's almost hard to blame people, even though I've been judging, but you know, but it's hard to blame people if it's not organized properly. Like maybe they think, oh, I'm just going to bring a box of cookies, but not realizing, because no one has communicated what the expectations are, that, oh, I was supposed to bring like a main course because there's not enough people who are bringing main course. So now you end up going home with the belly full of cookies and cake when there was nothing of substance to eat.
Well, that's the organizer's fault. So if you really want to have a good potluck, make sure that it's organized all the way from the appetizers. Who's bringing the apps, who's bringing the vegetarian dishes, who's bringing the pasta, the starches like the rice and the potato and the salads.
And the desserts.
And the desserts and the drinks. So that
with the cups.
Exactly, so you don't have people who bring the 2-liter bottle with no cups. You got to actually organize that, and then it won't be the disaster potluck where everybody's walking away with no real food to eat. Right?
Yeah.
Because potlucks can be great if they're organized, but they can be a complete disaster if they're not organized.
Yeah. And remember, you're making a meal for 4 to 6.
Yes.
Not for 1.
So don't bring the 1 beer and drink it. And
are you being smart?
Well, it's actually happened to me.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't want to be that way, but that's what actually has happened. So if, again, in that person's defense, there was no organization, but I just was kind of in shock. At least bring a 2 for right? At least bring a 2 for and share.
You know, whatever. It is what it is.
Right?
Hear it. Yes, that's it. Okay. So there's the rant.
We just did a rant.
We did. Because I think I've been to too many.
Well, I'm starving by the end of the lunch hour.
Go home and make something.
Yes, exactly. So
I'm gonna get killed.
Moving forward at Christmas time, just make sure you have some organization and make sure that you're not the hoarder where you bring the doggy bag and you load up all your food for your kids. Don't do that. That's happened.
Are you the authority on it, Nad?
No, but that's not polite. Is that polite?
Well, okay. Maybe for some it's polite.
No, it's not right.
Okay, it's not right. I would agree with you.
That's just me.
Okay.
That's what you don't have this.
The doggy bag.
Yeah. Just bring one if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
But just don't. Anyway, that's our show for today. If you like this, what do?
You subscribe on YouTube, like us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
and TikTok. She got it right today.
Yeah,
there's time for everything.
It's true. See you next time on Twin Talks.
Oh, yeah. If you want to do it, I would also just go in there biting your tongue and not looking for a fight.
Like that.
Just